All right, we're going to try to get you guys a tour through the high school, the junior high school hallway, the cafeteria, maybe even PE to let you know. This is where most of you guys will start. You're going to get off the bus in the morning, and you guys are going to, I think they let off the bus probably 7:55, 7:50, 7:55. Our bell rings at 8:05. So we're going to come through these doors. You're going to follow me. We're going to go to the junior high hallway. This is what I told you about when I came to see you. This is the longest hall in the hallway. This goes all the way down to the junior high gym. We'll get down to PE later, but let's go up to the junior high hallway and I'll show you where most of your classes are. Here we are coming up these first sets of stairs. I told you guys the softball diamonds, that's where your whole world is. So we're going to make it up one more flight of stairs right here and show you most of our classes. Okay, this is kind of where you guys will live. Your English class is up here, your math class, social studies, science, and your health and PE class is up here as well. So if you pan this way, this is where most of your classes are going to be. Okay, these are going to be the 8th grade lockers next year, so those won't be yours. Let's take a peek at Mr. Baird's class. Most of our classes, they're sitting down because the bell already rang, so most of them are sitting down being quiet, working on bell work. Mr. Baird's class, they're obviously not, so you guys that have him for 7th grade, and obviously it's a free-for-all, so you can kind of do whatever you want to do, I guess. So, Mr. Hawkins' class, you might have him for science when you get in 8th grade. This is a more structured class as opposed to Mr. Baird's class. Mr. Baird's kind of unruly. Mr. Hawkins has his students in line and they're ready to work when the bell rings. So most of your lockers will be in here with all the 7th graders from both Thorntown and for Wells. So we have one of them that's open that you can kind of see what they have in there. She was actually stocked up with Monster drinks. We don't really recommend that. So we showed you Mr. Baird's social studies class. We showed you a science classroom. All of you will have English and math. So your English teacher, maybe Miss Martin or maybe Mrs. Scott, you'll all have one of those for English 7. If you turn around here, all of you will have math as well. Most likely Mrs. Walker for 7th grade math, and Mrs. Foxworthy's our 8th grade math teacher. We follow Mrs. Trent. She's probably trying to dodge something. This is Mrs. Trent. There she is. There's a stairwell on all 4 corners of the building like we talked about. There's 2 restrooms on the opposite sides. If you signed up for Family Consumer Sciences with Mrs. Taylor, that would be this classroom. Right next door, Mr. Crouch teaches our business and information technology. Officer Collins here to protect us. Vanessa are on there every day just like you guys have down at Wells and Thorntown. If you signed up for Art 1 or Art 2, Mrs. Smith is in the corner here. We have 2 art classrooms. You'll be in one of those classrooms as well. Let's walk down to the media center and that'll be it for the academic part. This is our nurse, Mrs. McDonald. Okay, she's here to help with any illnesses. Remember, if you have medicines that you have to bring from home, they have to go through her. You don't bring those in your backpacks or keep them in your locker. Media center's kind of wide open. You'll have some kids come down here to work quietly in groups. We'll also bring classes down here from time to time. All right, we just showed you the classrooms. Now we're going to show you lunch. This is the very end of high school lunch. You guys will be in junior high lunch with the 7th and 8th graders, but you can see everybody's kind of in their seat. There's no assigned seats. You put your computer bag down in a spot like this one over here. You can kind of see that's your spot. Now most people kind of get the spot that they like for a little bit. Let's go see what we're having for lunch. There's going to be 2 lines that you're going to see when you come in here next year. One's going to be over here. The other one will show you that door over here as well. So this is what they serve every day for lunch. So maybe you don't like what they're having for that particular day. I'll show you that in a second. But on this side, they have pizza, hamburgers, spicy chicken sandwiches, some kind of potato, fruits and vegetables. Okay, that can be your meal for the day. Meals cost $2.50. Walk through the line, you're going to get a tray. You're going to get silverware here. This is where they have the different types of pizza. They have several different types of pizza that you can have. Chicken sandwiches, hamburgers, grilled cheese today. On this side, they'll have fruits and vegetables. You guys can see. Again, you can make it with a fruit, vegetable, and a main course. That's your lunch. Okay. There's having potato, French fries, or tri-taters every day. And over here, you can get a salad with turkey, ham, vegetable, or even the wraps up top. The buffalo wraps, Greek wraps, or Caesar wraps. Grab a milk with that, and that can be your lunch. Now, if you grab any of the extra stuff, that's going to cost extra. They have bags of chips over here and ice cream. That'll obviously cost extra, so don't spend all your parents' money. That's what they serve every day. Now, we also have a lunch menu, just like you guys do at Wells and Thorntown. If you want what they're serving for lunch, you can kind of do the same thing. You'll grab a tray over here with your silverware, grab your milk. Today they're having everybody's favorite homemade meatloaf. mashed potatoes and gravy, and again, fruits and vegetables, okay? Just like at Wells and Thornton, you have a number, okay? So we're gonna go out to a checkout line. When you pay for your lunch, you'll have your student number, you'll type in, or you'll have an ID card, okay, that you'll swipe. They'll ring you up, and you go find your seat, okay? After you're done eating, we're gonna empty all of our trash, all of our paper, napkins, or any food in the trash cans. We're gonna watch these fine young gentlemen right here. They're gonna show us how to do this. Silverware away, we'll throw that stuff away. Taking our tray in, go ahead and follow. That's lunch. Okay, we just left the lunchroom. Now, some of you might have PE right after lunch during 4th hour. Most of you will not. You'll have to go back up to the academic side, which we talked about. If you do have PE, though, we're going to come down here. They just dressed out. The bell just rang. Remember, you have to bring either a blue or red pair of shorts with a gray T-shirt. You're going to have a separate lock and locker down here to keep your stuff in. You need to have tennis shoes. And we'll just go in here and see. Let's start. You guys can see their uniforms and what they're dressed out in. This is an 8th grade classroom, but you guys obviously be in 7th. You'll probably have Mrs. Swisher. Mr. Cadle is the 8th grade teacher. And you can see how everybody has blue or red shorts on with a gray shirt. So that's kind of how PE works.